I need a caffeine IV drip right now.
Rough morning? You look like you just ran a marathon.
Emotional marathon. Mike and I got into it last night. Again.
Oh no, was it about the summer trip planning?
It is always about the summer trip, or rather the absolute lack thereof.
Okay, sit down, coffee is coming, tell me everything.
I just do not get it. We have been dating for 2 years. Why does pulling teeth feel easier than getting him to commit to a simple week away in July?
Walk me through exactly what happened last night.
Okay, so I sat down with my laptop after dinner. I had 3 Airbnb options open in different tabs. I had flight comparisons ready. I had done all the legwork. All he had to do was physically look at the screen and pick one option.
And let me guess what he did?
He sat there scrolling through TikTok while I talked at him. Then finally he looked up and said, "Babe, whatever you pick is fine. I am easy. You know, I'm down for whatever."
I'm easy, the 3 deadliest words in a relationship.
Exactly. He thinks he's being chill and agreeable. I think he's being totally indifferent. It makes me feel like I'm the only one driving this relationship bus. If I take my hands off the wheel for 1 single second, we're just gonna crash into a ditch of nothingness.
That is exhausting, being the designated driver for the entire future of the couple.
It is shocking how tiring it is. I feel like his cruise director, not his girlfriend. I have to plan the dates. I have to initiate the serious talks about where we're going. I have to remind him it's his own mother's birthday. If I stop doing it all, I honestly think we would never leave the apartment again.
And when you tell him this, how does he react?
He gets defensive. He says, I'm just anxious and I need to chill out. He says, why make it a problem when we're happy right now? But are we happy or are we just coasting because I'm doing all the paddling? He makes me feel crazy for wanting a plan.
You are not crazy. That deep fear that if you stop working, the relationship dies is a very heavy thing to carry all by yourself. It sounds lonely.
It is lonely. I'm planning a future for 2 people and I feel like I'm the only one who actually cares if that future happens.
I think we need to look at the mechanics of this because it is a classic dynamic. It is called the over-functioning versus under-functioning cycle. Have you ever heard of it?
No, but I assume I am the overfunctioner given that I am the one with the spreadsheets and the ulcer?
Exactly. In every relationship, there is a balance of anxiety. Right now, you are carrying 100% of the anxiety for the couple. You are worrying about the trip, the birthday, the future. Because you are carrying all of it, Mike does not have to carry any of it. He is free to be chill because you are being frantic for both of you. But if I stop being frantic, nothing gets done. That is the reality. If I do not book the Airbnb, we stay home. If I do not remind him about his mom, she gets hurt. It's not like I want to do this, I have to. Do you have to, though? Or do you step in so quickly that he never gets the chance to realize things need doing? Think of it like a seesaw. As long as you are jumping up and down on your end trying to control everything, he is stuck up in the air with his feet dangling, unable to touch the ground.
So you're saying I'm the problem? That is great. I am doing all the work and I am also the problem.
You are not the problem, but you are part of the system. It's about your threshold for anxiety. Let us say the trash needs to go out. Your anxiety spikes at level 3 messiness, so you take it out. Mike has a higher tolerance. His anxiety does not spike until level 8. But because you always clean it up at level 3, he never experiences the discomfort of level 8. He never has to act because you resolve the tension before he even feels it.
Okay, that makes sense with the trash, but with the vacation, it feels higher stakes. If I wait for him to reach his anxiety threshold, all the flights will be sold out. The consequences are real.
They are, but right now you are protecting him from consequences. You are protecting him from the consequence of missing a trip or disappointing his mother. By saving him every time, you're teaching him that he is incompetent and that you will always handle it. It becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. You plan because you think he can't, and he does not plan because he knows you will.
He actually said that to me once. He said, "Why should I bother looking when you're just going to veto my ideas and pick what you want anyway?"
I got so mad, but maybe he had a point.
That's the control piece. Overfunctioners usually use planning to manage their own anxiety. You're terrified of the unknown or of things going wrong, so you grip the wheel tighter. Mike senses that control and he retreats. He becomes the passenger because there is no room for him in the driver's seat.
God, so I have turned my boyfriend into a passenger? I hate that. I want a co-pilot. But I am terrified that if I let go of the wheel, the car is going to crash.
It might swerve a little, but if you never take your hands off the wheel, you'll never know if he's capable of driving. You have to decide what is scarier, a messy trip or a lifetime of being exhausted.
Okay, so I am ready to let go of the wheel, but I do not want the car to crash. How do I actually do this without just being passive-aggressive and silent treatmenting him until he breaks?
You have to communicate the change explicitly. You cannot just stop doing things and expect him to read your mind that this is a test. That is a trap. You need to have a resignation meeting.
A resignation meeting? That sounds formal.
It is. You sit down, not when you are angry, but when you are calm. And you say, I have realized I am controlling too much, and it is making me exhausted, and it is probably making you feel incapable. So I am resigning as the cruise director. I love you, but I am retiring from being the only planner.
He is gonna think I'm joking.
Not if you follow it up with action. You need to hand over complete ownership of specific domains, not just the task, but the thinking behind it. For the summer trip, you give him the constraints. Say, we have this budget and these dates. I trust you to book something that works for us. And then here is the hardest part. You have to zip your lip.
That is going to be physically painful. What if he books a place with terrible reviews or no air conditioning?
Then you sweat. Seriously. If you swoop in and fix it or critique his choice before he makes it, he learns nothing. He needs to experience the consequences of his own decisions. That is how adults learn. If he books a bad hotel, he will see that you are unhappy and he will want to do better next time. But if you never let him make a mistake, he never builds the confidence to get it right.
So I have to watch him stumble and not catch him?
Exactly. You have to trust that he is a competent adult. Right now, you are treating him like an intern. Treat him like a CEO. CEOs handle things, but they only handle things when they have full authority. If you give him the authority, I bet you he will step up. Maybe not exactly how you would have done it, but he will do it.
It is scary. It feels like a trust fall. But I guess the alternative is me being resentful for the next 40 years. Resentment is the killer of desire. You cannot be attracted to someone you feel like you are mothering. If you want your boyfriend back, you have to stop being his mom. Let him carry the weight. He might surprise you. He might actually enjoy driving if you give him the keys. Okay, I am going home tonight. I am closing the Airbnb tabs and I am going to tell him the trip is his project. If we end up in a tent and a swamp, so be it. That's the spirit. Buy some bug spray just in case, but do not book the hotel. You got this. Thanks. I feel lighter already just thinking about closing those browser tabs. Cheers to that. Let him drive.